We'll discuss a few more intro sets this time, and let's see. Who would like to answer? I think I'll stop share, file share, and all right. So we'll continue with the intro sets, and who's going to answer at number 1?
I'll do, ma'am.
All right. All right. So let's see. Why do some people have a better memory while others just don't?
To be honest, I have never thought about that, but I think it is something related to age. Young people can remember a lot of things, while in the old age, we are tend to forget things. But
All right. Well, okay. Why do more people rely on cell phones to remember things?
because it is very convenient and it is with us all time, and we can create a lot of lists just like reminder list, just like shopping list. So it is very convenient and it is easy as
Right.
it is very portable.
Yes. All right. Thilini, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, ma'am, it is
All right.
Tilini.
Thilini. What does it mean? What's the meaning of your name?
My name has a special meaning. It's named Gift. My mother had undergo 3 years with a subfertile period. So then after that period, she was blessed with me. So she named me as Tilini because it gives the meaning of gift.
Gift. All right. All right. A very beautiful name. And you began your answer with the word because. I would suggest that instead of beginning with because, my question was, why do more people rely on the cell phones to remember things? You said because. I would suggest in the intro sets, begin with the, begin properly, like more people rely on cell phones because. Okay? Like that.
Okay.
Not straight. Otherwise, you are speaking very, very nicely. Are you good at memorizing things?
Uh, I'm not very good at memorizing things. My memory is just like a slave. Whenever I put something in, it goes out, and I hardly can recall something, but I do a lot of things to keep things memorable. I create this memory list and some sort of shortcuts which give funny meanings, and I try to remember a lot of things by fighting tooth and nail, I would say.
All right. Have you heard of the word mnemonic? Mnemonic.
Yes, ma'am. I forgot the word.
Yes. So people use mnemonics to remember things, right? To memorize things. Do all of you in the class today know what mnemonics means? Well, you can speak out. This is a speaking class.
No, ma'am, I don't know
Oh,
what's
mnemonics.
mnemonic.
Okay, you give funny names to things, and then you remember. For example, there are 8 bones here,
Yes.
carpal bones, and to remember the names of those 8 bones, we had done in Punjabi, Sheila, Tere, Tinde, Kache, something like that. I have forgotten the mnemonic also now. And so from S it was one name, T it was another name. So like that. Okay. That is mnemonics. People use mnemonics to memorize things. Okay. And in, other things also. Ethilini, you are answering perfectly well. Is it the first time you are going to take IELTS?
No, ma'am.
You've taken it earlier
Madam, I took IELTS 2 times. In the first attempt, it was 7, and the second attempt, it was 6.5.
in speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't believe it. The Thelini, listen to whatever I tell you. You will not get less than 8.5 in speaking. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't use any special vocabulary. Just speak natural, simple English with fluency and begin the whole, speak the whole sentence. Okay? Have you
Okay.
ever forgotten something important?
Yes, I have forgotten number of things in the recent past also. Once I went to exam without my identity. It was the most it was a disaster then. So I often forget lot of things. That's true.
All right. Now, next set of questions is to Harjeet. Harjeet, are you in for answering?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you often feel bored?
Just hold on, ma'am. Let me connect this first.
Do you often feel bored? Harjeet, where are you?
Sorry for disconnection.
Uh,
So you asked me if I often feel bored.
yes.
Uh, it depends on the situation when I'm feeling bored or not. Because if I attending lecture which I don't like, if I'm not interested in subject, definitely I'm going to feel bored. If I'm doing
Okay, so
something,
whenever you speak the word feel, after
yeah,
that it is always with a D. Feel bored. Okay, don't say feel
yeah,
bored. Okay, that
if
would be wrong. When would you feel bored?
I feel bored if I'm attending maths lecture.
What do you do when you feel bored?
If I'm feeling bored, usually I just like scribble on the paper, and sometimes I try to disturb the class if I'm running the lecture.
All right. So you know what you do when you scribble on the paper? There is a term for that. I doodle. Have you heard
Doodle.
the word doodle?
Yes, Google Doodle, and now they removed the feature. That
Okay. So that's
yeah,
doodle. Okay.
yeah,
Do you
Doodle.
think childhood is boring or adulthood is boring?
Uh, the childhood part was more interesting part of my life, and the adult part is like very boring.
Adult is very. Why is it
Mhm.
boring?
Because in childhood, you don't have any kind of responsibility. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about any kind of judgment of society. Like you can do whatever you want. You want to scribble on the wall, do it. You want to play outside, uh, you want to dance on the street, you want to dance on the road. You just want to like
Okay.
jog and
Ajit,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
answering very nicely. Very, very
yeah.
nicely. The thing is, you are making small sentences and you have a natural flow. You've been living in an English speaking country for quite some time now. You are good at it. What happens when you are to finish the word count in your writing? Tell me. Why can't you do 150 words in the task one and 250 in the task two? What happens then?
Thing is, trying to make a less mistake.
No, see, make mistakes, but if your word count is less and there are no mistakes, then also you will not get the bad score.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Yes,
minimum
ma'am.
word count you have to fulfill. So pick up your speed in that. Okay? And
Yes, ma'am.
don't send me a small essay and a small graph from next time on. And finish it in the time. Okay? You've got so much things to speak out. The same way you can write them out. And you are speaking perfectly fine without any grammatical errors. When you think and write, you are making grammatical errors. Okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the carry home message to you is just be yourself. Okay? What comes to your mind, write that. Okay?
Okay, yes,
Next
ma'am.
set of questions is to Harleen. Harleen, are you in for answering? Harleen,
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
good evening. Would you like to answer a
Hello.
few questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Do a lot of people like music?
Yes, in India there are lots of people who like to listen to music to relax their mind.
All right. But was my question based in based for India, you can just say, you don't have to mention the country, okay? What kind of music do you listen to? I can't hear. Put your, mic in front of your mouth. What kind of music do you listen to? Sorry, Harleen, we can't make out. Harleen, we can't make out. I think I'll ask somebody else to answer the questions because we can't make out what you're saying. Okay. Harshit, would you like to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do a lot of people like music?
Yes, ma'am. It is very common. A lot of people like music. Whenever they feel that they are feeling a very bad or feeling sad, on that time they listen music. Music works like a medicine. So whenever you are feeling very stressful in your mind, so on that time you will listen music.
It is not
And
on that time, it is at that time. Point of
yeah,
time, use at. What
yes.
kind of music do you listen to?
Sometimes I listen sad music whenever I feel that I'm feeling very sad. But sometimes I listen motivational song also. When I was I was feeling that I am feeling demotivated or I'm not
Feeling demotivated. Whenever you have to use the word feel, after that, the word has to end with an ed. Okay?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Bored, demotivated, okay, frustrated,
Yes, ma'am.
elated, okay, like that.
Yes,
After feel, ed form of word, okay.
okay, ma'am.
Is there any genre of music like sad music? I've not heard of this genre. Let's play sad songs. Let's play sad music. Is there any such genre? Just like there is Sufi music, there is the pop music, rock music, jazz. Okay. Is there any
No,
sad
no, ma'am.
songs?
There is no
No,
that.
no. You can say I play slow songs when I feel sad. They cheer me up. You can when you feel sad, you should play lively things so that they cheer you up. Okay,
Okay.
that is it.
Yes.
Anyways, is it easy to learn music?
Yeah, ma'am. It is very easy to learn music for those people who are very who can speak Hindi very clearly and who people uh,
Who people
knows
is
the
wrong
language.
English.
Yeah.
Who people नहीं कभी भी बोलना अच्छा आज के बाद. Those
Okay.
people who speak. Okay.
Yeah,
Why,
ma'am.
why does one have to know Hindi very well to be good at learn music? What
Sorry,
is
ma'am.
the relation of Hindi with music?
Ma'am, I'm not getting.
No, I said, is it easy to learn music? You said it's very easy for those people who know Hindi very well.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
So that
Yes.
is not the answer. That means those who don't know Hindi can never sing any song.
No, ma'am. It doesn't mean.
Yes, but what you said means this only, na? So don't
Oh,
relate it to Hindi. Okay?
yes.
You can say, I would say it's not very easy to learn music. I think only people who have the natural talent, some percentage of natural talent, only for them learning music is easy. Otherwise, it's not very easy to learn music. I would say that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Oh, all
Okay.
right. Next, okay, another question. Did you have music lessons at school?
No, ma'am. I didn't take any music lessons in my school because I have completed my schooling from the Allahabad Prayagraj, and today I am preparing for IELTS exam to go abroad. And I in my past recent in recent years I have done my graduation so that I can pursue the language. But
Right. This question is, did you have music lessons at school? Means whether you did them or not. Was this option there to have music? Was music there as a subject, as an optional subject in your school? That was the question. It was not the question whether you took any music lessons at school.
no, ma'am, there is no such type of option in my school. You
There
should learn.
was no such type of option in my school, so I did not learn any music,
I didn't learn any
okay, at
music.
school.
Yeah.
All right. Oscar, are you there? Nikita?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Is the city where you live crowded?
Yes, definitely. I live in Bhatinda and it is a very crowded place because it is in the middle of the north.
It is in the middle of the north of what? North of what? When you have to say any direction, then you have to say related to something. How can
Uh,
you otherwise tell direction?
okay.
So, is the city where you live crowded?
Yes, definitely. I live in Bhatinda and it is a very crowded place. Most of the people come here from different part of the region because there are lots of monumental place where they visit.
Monumental places. When you say lots of, it should be followed by a plural. Okay.
Okay.
So, is the city where you live crowded? You can say, yes, it is very crowded. I don't think there is any city nowadays which is not crowded. You can say that also. And if you want to say something else like what you said, my city is a tourist attraction. There are many places of tourist interest here, so it is always crowded. Okay,
O-
many people come here to see those monuments. Okay,
o- okay, ma'am.
is there a crowded place near where you live?
Yes, definitely. There is a crowded place named Dhobi Bazaar, which is very crowded because in that place, most of the people come here from different types of different region to buy Punjab local products.
Uh, to buy souvenirs. Okay,
Souvenirs of
souvenir.
Punjab,
Yes, if there is any crowded place, what crowded place have you spoken now?
Dhobi Bazaar.
Dhobi Bazaar. So you can say to buy Dhobi Bazaar. What bazaar is that? Just let me know so that I can make an answer for
It's
you.
a big bazaar in my city.
It's a big bazaar, Dhobi Bazaar. You get all the things there.
Yes,
So it's like a street market, you can say. Okay?
right.
It's like a street market. It's always brimming with people, overcrowded. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, do you like crowded places?
No, it is very challenging for me to being in a crowded place because I don't like lots of people around me.
Okay. Do most people like crowded places?
It totally depends on the person to person where they visit. Some people love to be in a crowded place, such as in parties, there are lots of crowd. They enjoy being over there.
Okay. So, when was the last time you were in a crowded place?
I vividly remember 2 months back when I went to Delhi. There was a place named Sarojini Market. It was a crowded place, and I bought a lot of souvenir from that place.
Souvenirs बेटा historical places से होते हैं. So you did a lot of shopping from Sarojini Bazaar. वो
O-
धोबी बाजार में भी souvenir word नहीं चलेगा. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Souvenirs are things which you buy from places of historical interest to remind you of those places. Those are small things like a keychain with the name of, for example, you visit Niagara Falls, there'll be a t-shirt written Niagara on it, or a keychain written Niagara on it, like that. Those are souvenirs. Okay. Otherwise, it's just plain shopping. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Next set of questions, Pooja.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Celebrity. Okay. Celebrity. Who is your favorite celebrity in your country?
Um, Nowadays I don't really watch many movies or any series. So I don't really have a favorite celebrity, but from the very few that I watched, um, I really like Rajkumar Rao. I think he's a versatile actor.
Okay. So instead of making such a long thing, you could have just said Rajkumar Rao is my favorite celebrity. I think he's a very versatile actor. He uh, fits into every role that he's given, and he lives that role. You cannot make out that he's acting the role. Okay. So
Thank
I
you.
just love his acting. He's my favorite. He's my role model. Okay. Like that, you can say.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of famous people do you often see in the news?
Um, uh, Nowadays there are many influencers in the news because of the rising content of the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. So a lot of news related to influencers are there in the news nowadays, and also sports.
What do you mean
Um,
by influencers?
Influencers are like people we watch online and get influenced by them from their views, from their content.
All right. Uh, do you pay attention to famous people in the news? Do you pay attention to famous people in the
Uh,
news?
well, yes, if I have any interest related to the topic, I will definitely pay attention to
Is
them.
the word will there in your question?
No.
No. So there are 8 modal verbs in English. How many? 8.
Mm.
Okay. Can, could, will, would, may, might, shall, should. Okay. Now the word shall has been replaced by must. So these are 8. Just remember these 8 modal verbs are very, very important. When any modal verb is there in the question, try to use only that in the answer because it changes the whole meaning. Okay. For example, if the question has, do you pay attention? There is no modal verb. And you are saying, yes, I will pay attention if there is like. You are putting a modal and the modal is taking your answer to the future. And the question is of the present. Do you pay attention? Yes, I do. No, I do not. That should be the answer. Got it? Why
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Why will come here? And as far as the other modal verbs are concerned, I'll just give other examples. Supposing the examiner asks you, what can the government do to solve the problem of congestion? And you are saying government should do this, government should do that. Question was, what can the government do? कर सकती है, क्या कर सकती है सरकार? आप कह रहे हो सरकार को ये करना चाहिए, सरकार को वो करना चाहिए. आपका आंसर वही नहीं होना चाहिए जो क्वेश्चन है. Shouldn't you be
Yes,
answering in the same tone? What
yes,
can the government do? Your answer should be the government can do this, the government can do that, whatever this, that आपने बोल रहा है. Got it?
yes, ma'am.
So the same modal should come, and if there is no modal in the question, don't insert a modal from your side. The answer goes in the wrong direction.
Got it, ma'am.
Got it? Do you believe that the news about famous people in the media is true?
Mm, No, I don't believe that all the news nowadays is true because a lot of people work due to their motivation. Some are motivated by money and not by the truth.
So
So,
why would you say कि most of the news is not true? आप देखो, अगर कोई जी टीवी पे न्यूज आ रही है या अगर मतलब जी न्यूज पे आ रही है या आज तक पे आ रही है या दूरदर्शन की न्यूज है, हाँ, वो नॉट ट्रू होएगी. आप बोलो कि सोशल मीडिया न्यूज can be misleading or false, but which is on the, news media on the TV or on the in any authentic, newspaper, the such news are mostly true. Okay, like that. If you have to say, fake news is mostly on social media.
okay.
क्या कोई अखबार कोई गलत खबर छापेगी जानबूझ के? गलत
जानबूझकर
गलत खबर छापने से पहले उसकी पड़ताल की जाएगी. Will it be authenticated first before it is printed or before it is telecast?
Yes.
Yes. So most of the news these days is true because there is a lot of, issue of if any news is false, then the channel will lose its TRP and also lose its popularity, and nobody will go to that channel to watch the news on that channel again. But yes, the news on the social media can be misleading and wrong because anybody can put anything on now, on the social media. So the news is not authenticated or clarified first. Okay. Authenticity is not checked, and any news can be posted by anyone. So there, there is a problem. Okay, you can say that. Would you like to be a famous person in the news?
No, I would not like to be a famous person in the news.
Why?
I think takes a lot of strength, and it takes away a lot of your privacy.
Very good. That is the answer. Very good, very nicely answered, Pooja. All the questions you answered very well. You were natural. You were, your fluency was superb. Pronunciation was okay. So all this is needed. Don't try to overdo things. Just speak naturally. Just be yourself. You'll get a very good score. Okay. The score falls when you try to do something extra. Okay. Just now Thilini was giving her example that she got 7 first time and 6.57 time. I've had students who got a 7.5 first time and 6 the second time because that time they did something extra to reach an 8 or a 9. And what happened? The score fell from 7.5 to 6. Okay. So be natural, and I've had students who've got an 8.5 and they've wondered that they didn't use any vocabulary, they didn't speak any flamboyant English, and yet they got an 8.5. Ma'am, how did I get 8.5? I didn't speak any word. I thought I was talking to my friend. I just spoke simple, natural English. And such students have come out with an 8.5. Okay. All right. Next set of questions is to Pragati. Are you here? Rucha? Bharti? Okay, we'll repeat with the students who've already taken their turn. So the students are not willing to speak yet. So let's see. All right. Who will speak? Harjeet, your turn. Or Thilini, your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Harjeet first. Is there an advertisement that made an impression on you when you were a child?
So when I was a child, I was fond of watching cartoons. So one day I still remember I watched one advertisement about Spider-Man in which he was giving a lecture about the kindness toward others. So I think that advertisement play. I got impressed by that particular advertisement, and after watching that, I tried to be kind person for a few months, I
No.
can say.
After that, you stopped being kind. Okay.
After that, I just
Forgot
I
about the.
stopped being kind and I just start becoming more natural. Like if you're kind with me, I'm kind. If you are not kind with me, I'm
Okay, you don't have to say that. You just say that. Okay. Do you see a lot of advertising on trains or other transport?
Definitely I do because the governments need to generate extra money from this public transport, so they try to put like big hoardings on them. Due to that, we see them oftenly, and like in Melbourne, whenever you go to bus, you will see like advertisement about them. Visit India, visit Pakistan, all
All
that.
right. So there is one word which is not there in the English language and you've just spoken it. Can you guess the word which I'm talking about? There's no such word in the English language. Anybody else who noticed the word he said? No? Oftenly. You said oftenly, right?
Okay. Yeah.
There's often, or it's often, not oftenly. Okay.
Of-
And often,
okay.
often, I think both pronunciations are there, but I don't use the T. But then anyways, but oftenly is no word. Okay. Oftenly is no word. Do you like advertisements?
I do not like them at all. That's why I try to prefer like pay a subscription for premium so I don't have to see them.
Okay. What kind of advertising do you like?
I like advertisement about the mobile phones, for instance, like iPhones, because they're very creative as well as they're very appealing compared to other phones advertisement. Whenever you see the iPhone related advertisement related to iPhone, you can see how the depth is in like they try to do it like very perfectly in compare of all other brands.
Actually, they have so much profit margin in their products that they can afford to spend a lot on creating
Yeah.
such ads, right?
Yes.
So, all right. Next set of questions. Thelini, are you in?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you go to work or school?
I go to work by myself. I have my own car, so I drive. It's quite short distance, about 16 kilometers per day for the up and down.
All right. What is the most popular means of transportation in your hometown?
In my hometown, most famous transportation method is buses. Of course, there are some trains, but it is not very convenient to travel by trains because it is not.
You said in my hometown, the most popular means of transportation, the most popular means of transportation is buses. If you have to say buses, you should say are, or you can say the most popular means of transportation is the bus.
Is the bus.
Okay, like that.
Okay.
All right. How far is it from your home to your work?
It's about the distance between my home and the workplace is quite short. It is 16 kilometers to be exact.
16 kilometers. All right. Uh, do you think people will drive more in the future?
I don't think so. I think public transportation will be the most famous method of transportation in the future
All
because
why?
because we are facing this fuel crisis and the world is run out of fuel and we can't quench the thirst for the fuel day
Okay.
by day.
All right. So, whenever there is a question of the future, okay, this is for other students also who can just mug up these couple of lines, and then the question of the future is the thing that I generally teach my students is that whenever there is a question on the future, you can say what the future holds in store for us, no one can tell. But as far as I can see, okay, see, it will make your answer so much. For an average student, learning such lines takes, I've seen students who are at 5.5 go to 7, but they do it beautifully. They learn the lines beautifully. They practice them nicely. Okay. So what the future has in store for us, no one can tell. All right. But after that, you can say, but as far as I can see, as far as my vision goes, I think people will drive less in the future. Okay, Thilini? And another thing I would like to say, when you speak slowly, it is Harjeet, this is for you. You speak very fast. Okay?
Yes. Well,
That sometimes goes negative, you know. So
yeah.
I think articulation goes, in some words get mumbled. Okay, when you speak
Yes.
fast. So try to articulate each and every word nicely when you speak. Okay. So, Tirini, well spoken. You speak very nicely. Your tip is that be natural, be yourself, just speak simple English. Okay. And small sentences, the way you speak is very good. You give intonations at the right places. You are naturally speaking correct answers because you are speaking whatever you think is right, the right answer for that something. Okay. So it is
Okay.
coming out naturally. All you need to do is not fit in any, vocabulary which you just want to fit in because you want to get a good score. Don't do like that. If there is any word in English you are using naturally, you can go ahead and use it, even if it's a big word. Okay. For example, I use this word, that is not my modus operandi. Now, many people would not use mode of operation, my way of working. Okay. That is modus operandi. But I use this word very often in my day-to-day language also. So when I will use this word, it will come out from my mouth naturally and very beautifully. But if I want to put in this word just to impress the examiner that, oh, I know this word modus operandi, it will somehow compensate the rest of the sentence. You understand what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So whatever vocabulary is your vocabulary, you use it in your day-to-day life, speak in only that vocabulary. Don't insert any word just to make your answer go above a 778. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
I have a question. Can I use do in my sentences? Just like if I ask, do you like ice cream? Can I say, yes, I do like ice cream? Or shall I go with, I like ice cream?
You can say do. That is to give stress. Do you like ice cream? Yes, I do. I do like ice cream. I would say like that. That is also correct. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Last question, ma'am. When I want to talk about past, I want to tell that I didn't have a swimming pool to practice swimming in my childhood.
Mhm.
What is the accurate sentence to express my feeling? Where is it? I didn't have a swimming pool, or I hadn't had a swimming pool.
Didn't have. Hadn't have nahi, had not have nahi. That is wrong. I did not have any swimming pool to practice swimming in my childhood. There was no swimming pool in my hometown where I could practice swimming in my childhood. Okay? Like that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right. So next set of questions is on running. Whose turn is it? Harleen, has your mic been set now? Would just speak out a sentence. Let's see if we can hear you well. All right. I think she's not here. Oscar, would you like to answer a few questions? Okay, Rucha, are you there? Pragati? Pooja? Nikita?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Nikita, again. Do you like running a lot?
Yes, definitely. I love running a lot because it keeps me healthy and fit.
Okay. Where do you mostly go running?
I usually go for running in the vicinity of my hometown because there are lots of parks which is meant for running.
There are lots of parks which are meant for running, which have jogging tracks in them, you can say.
Okay.
Okay. In the vicinity of your hometown में नहीं है कोई park?
मतलब दूर है थोड़े बहुत है.
होम के दूर है ना, hometown में तो है.
हाँ.
तो आपने बोला in the vicinity of my hometown. आप vicinity word बोलना चाहते थे ना?
Yes, ma'am.
देखो उसकी वजह से आपका आंसर ही गलत हो गया.
Okay.
Okay. So where do you usually go running? I go running in a park near my home. Okay.
Okay.
There's a park near my home where there's a jogging track, and many people do running there. In fact, I get motivated from all the people who do running over there, and I also take 2 or 3 rounds of that park. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So like that you can say. When was the last time you went running?
I remember 2 days back, I went for running with my parents, and
Okay.
it was pretty amazing
See,
moment.
now another tip which I am giving to all the students. Supposing the examiner asks you, when do you go shopping? Where do you go shopping? I go shopping. Where do you go shopping from? I go, where do you go for shopping? I go for shopping. Your answer should be like that. Where do you go shopping? I go shopping. So here I'm asking, where do you usually go running? You are putting the word for again and again. It's not wrong, but it's not very correct, in that sense. Don't add such words there. It's correct that if the examiner is asking you without the for, that means without the for, the sentence is correct. And when you add extra words, there's a saying in English. Let me ask you that. Brevity is the soul of wit. Can you tell me what it means? Brevity is the soul of wit. Tell me, what does it mean?
No idea, ma'am.
Brevity. Brevity is an abstract noun of brief. We say, tell me the story of this movie in brief. What does it mean, brief?
In short,
In short. So brevity is the soul of wit. Shortness. Okay. Brevity. Something which is short. Okay. Is the soul of wit. Soul. S-O-U-L, soul. Not S-O-L-E, soul. Soul. Atma.
right.
Okay. Wit. Intelligence. Okay. So when you can say anything in less words and you can express yourself completely in those few words, that shows your intelligence. Okay. The more extra words you put in any sentence while speaking or writing, they take away the beauty of your English language. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. It's not wrong, but I'm just saying that if the examiner is not using it, that means it is not needed over there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Next set of questions. Who is there? Sumit, Rucha, Pragati, Bharti. Okay, Harjeet, you can go ahead and answer these questions. Do you like chatting with friends?
I definitely enjoy chatting with my friends because sometimes it helps you to get relaxed.
Get relaxed.
Get relaxed. So get
Okay.
relaxed. Yes, ma'am.
The same funda like bored, feel bored, get relaxed. Okay, get relaxed.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What do you usually chat about with friends?
Usually I chat about the new technologies as well as sometimes we also chat about to do something in life, like like how we can go out more often, like making plan for weekend. Sometimes like we should go for like last week we were chatting about the making plan for hiking.
Okay. Um, do you prefer to chat with a group of people or with only one friend?
I prefer to chat in the group because in that way, like what happened in India, when the group of friends are chatting with each other, they try to like make fun of one person. So I enjoy.
So mostly when you chat in a group, that means you gossip. What is the
Yeah,
difference in gossiping and chatting? What is the difference in gossiping and chatting?
chatting is like normal conversation and gossip is like you're talking about someone else.
Yes, backbiting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you prefer to communicate face to face or via social media?
I prefer on face to face, but it's not possible nowadays as my most of my friends are working, so I have to do contact them on WhatsApp or Facebook
All right, good. Do you argue with friends?
a lot. I argue with my friends a lot because it's natural to have different point of views.
Points of view. Okay.
Points of
All right. Next set of questions. Anybody else would like to answer? Nikita, do you usually help people around you?
Certainly, I love to help people around me because it will give me an inner peace.
It will give me, will क्यों आएगा? It gives me inner peace.
Inner peace.
Okay, अब आपने एन लगाया, एन इनर पीस, ये बोला था ना?
Give me inner peace.
एन का मतलब है मेरे को एक पीस देगा, ओके? एंड PEACE वाला पीस है यहाँ पे, यू कैन काउंट दैट, ओके?
Yes.
How do you how you should how you should how do you help people? Okay, how you should or how do you help people around you, such as neighbors? How do you help people around you, such as neighbors? Tell me that.
I usually help my neighbors in different ways, such as by giving them the things that are they lacking in, such as I remember last month I gave sugar to my neighbors.
When they are lacking in
Yeah.
um,
When they don't have that particular.
you can say when someone runs short of sugar, we all help each other in our neighborhood. Our neighborhood is a very close-knit neighborhood. Everybody is, helping each other from time and again. So whenever my neighbors have guests over, they call me to help in the kitchen, and I readily go. And when they need anything from the market, and I'm going to the market, they give me their list also, and I bring their things for them. So like that, we help each other. Okay, like that you can say.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? Did your parents teach you how to help others? Do your parents teach you how to help others?
Yes, definitely. My parents always set an example in front of me, as well as they also give me some of the treats whenever I help
Others. Did your parents help you a lot when you were young?
Of course, my parents always help me whenever I face difficulty. I remember when I need to choose my stream in
The
11th.
whole answer, you're not using past tense. My parents helped me when my parents always helped me when I needed. Okay. The question is in the past. Did your parents help you a lot when you were young? You can say when I was younger. My parents helped me a lot. I'm still young. You can say that, ma'am, I'm still young. Take it on a humorous note and say, but yes, my parents helped me a lot when I was younger. They used to help me in my homework and in many other things like that, you can say. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
What have you done to help the elderly?
I do a lot of things to help elderly people, such as I always help them to cross the road. Apart from it, whenever they face any of the difficulty in reading anything, at that time I always give my hand.
All right. So, this question has a have in it. And in the last speaking session in which I was teaching you the intro sets, I said one thing. Were you there in that class, Nikita? I think you were there. Yes,
Mm.
last Wednesday.
Yes, ma'am.
When a question has a have, the answer should have a have.
Right.
Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
And my question is, what have you done? I have done a lot to help the elderly. I once, helped an elderly lady to cross the road. Okay. Sometimes I go shopping for my elderly neighbors. I bring them the things they want. Okay, like that. Then you can convert it to the present. But have means kar chuke ho, kitni baar. What have you done? Okay.
Okay.
So the answer should have been, I have done a lot to help the elderly. Okay, like that you can say. So elderly, I have elderly grandparents at home. I do a lot for them. And I have also helped my elderly neighbors many times. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So these were the few sets we did today. I think we've done 10 sets today, 10 we did last time. Intro sets are very important. When any student comes out of the examination hall and tells me, ma'am, intro sets went very well, but I fumbled a bit in the cue card and one question of the follow-ups I could not understand, yet they get 6+. And many times when the students have told me that they were nervous during the intro sets, But after that, they stabilized and their cue card went well, the follow-ups went well. Sometimes such students, fall to 5.5. I've seen that happen. That is why I think intro sets are the most important, but the most ignored by the students because they think one line answers they will give anyhow. So they don't give much importance. All the effort they do is to mug up the cue cards and the follow-up questions. Am I right? Don't you give more time to the cue cards and the follow-ups?
Yes.
And the intro sets, you always feel, oh, they are easy, we'll do them. Right? But I feel intro sets practice is a must. Okay. So these two Wednesdays I have devoted to the intro sets. I hope they will give you a head start and you will do the rest of the intro sets on your own. And if you find any question a bit tricky to answer, do let me know. We'll discuss a simpler answer for that. All right. So Indrup will be sending you a message in another 5-10 minutes for his class. I'm done for the day. Thank you very much for
Thank you, ma'am.
attending this class. I hope it has been fruitful for you.
Thank you.
You've learned
Thanks,
something.
ma'am.
All right. Bye.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
You too.